let's talk about being selfish. How many of you guys honestly think that you are not selfish? What I want to say is that you're right, but you're also wrong. Why do I say that? You cannot help anybody on the planet if you do not help who first? You. And you have to be selfish with your time. You have to be selfish with your energy. You have to be selfish with your money. You have to be selfish with your everything in the beginning stages of building your life. Okay? Now what do I mean by that? When you're 20 years old, okay, some of you guys are 20 years old, what do you have a lot of? You have a lot of energy. You have a lot of time. You have a lot of money? Not always, right? Not really. Your money's not that high. You don't have that much money. Okay? As you start going out there building your stamina in the workforce, as you start going out there grinding, hustling, you start getting less and less what? Time and energy. If you don't work out, if you don't take care of your body, you're gonna start losing energy. You start losing time, and you start making a little bit more money. Okay? The beautiful thing about life is that why the hell would you want to have a lot of time and be 50 years old and have no energy and no time? Am I right or am I wrong? Wouldn't we want all of this? Who wants to have a lot of energy, a lot of time, and a lot of fucking money? Okay, can that be done? Yes. Absolutely. But in order to get that done, you have to be very, 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 very selfish with who you take care of first. Okay? What do I mean by that? Well, it's important because a lot of you guys are so unselfish that you want to help the whole fucking world be the Red Cross in the beginning stages of your life. Nothing wrong with that. If you want to be a Red Cross guy, God bless you. We need some Red Cross people, okay? But why do you have to be always the savior for your family? Why do you have to always be the savior for your friends and everyone else? I'm not saying be an asshole. What I am saying is that you cannot create success unless you start thinking about yourself a little bit. Because once you take care of your needs, now you can focus on everyone else around you. True or not true? Right? You guys know about it when you're in an airplane, what do they say to you all the time? Put your mask on first. Fuck everyone. Fuck your son, fuck your daughter, put your mask on for yourself first. Why do they say that? You can't save no one when you got no oxygen. So it's very important to understand that in the beginning stages of you building your wealth, so to say, or your riches, or your life, you have to take care of yourself. What are some things that you can start doing right now that can show that you're a little bit selfish? And by the way, you're going to get criticized by family and a lot of people saying, oh, you only think about yourself. If you have not heard this statement yet, that means you're not doing the right thing yet. In the beginning stages, you have to have your family and friends call you out on this bullshit. Oh, you never spend time with us. Anyone got that yet lately or no? You never want to hang out with us. You always want to go work. You always want to go grind. You never do this. You never do that. We never see you. That's actually a good sign. If you do not hear that, that is a bad sign. You want to hear that sign. You want to hear your friends and family tell you don't spend time with us here and there. That's okay. I'm not saying do that forever. I didn't say don't see your mom and dad for the rest of your life. Oh, Michael, you don't know when I'm going to pass away. I don't know. I may pass away tomorrow. I have no idea. All I do know is that Joshua's going to sit down in the corner over there. That's what I do know. He's going to watch Teletubbies today. That's what I do know. 100%. Good morning, sir. That's what I do know. But what else I know is this. I'm okay with getting criticized, ridiculed, hated by friends, by family temporarily, because later on they're going to say what? I love you so much. Thank you so much. Right? How many guys have had that situation with your family or close friends that are kind of ridiculing you a little bit because you're working too much? Okay? That's normal. Okay? It's good. I know it hurts. I know temporarily. How many guys do not like it? Be honest. Like you just do not like that part of your life. Okay? By the way, this is not for everybody. I'm not telling you that you guys all have to do this. I'm only talking to the people that want to be part of this percentage. If you want to be part of the 1%, you're not going to live like everybody else. Because remember, there's the 1% and there's the 99%. Right? There's everyone else. It's nothing wrong with being part of this percentage. There's absolutely nothing fucking wrong. But that's a choice. Do you want to live like 99% of the people or do you want to live like 1% of the people? And that's a choice you have to make. And if the choice is I want to live like this, then you got to live a little bit differently and do a little bit differently than these guys right here. You guys understand that? You cannot live in this 1% life and then do what everyone else does. You just cannot. Right? You just cannot. You're insane if you believe so. You cannot work, as an example, 40 hours a week, which is how many hours a week most people work? 40. Some people do 50. How do you expect to create a 1% lifestyle if you're not willing to go above and beyond what an average Joey Schmoey does? You tell me that. Explain to me how that's even possible. An average Joey Schmoey works how many days? 5 days, 40 hours to 50 hours a week. So why would you expect a different lifestyle than the 99% if you're doing exactly the same or even less sometimes? Isn't that a little bit insane to think that way? Right? I learned this from one of my mentors. He's like, Michael, stop thinking 9 to 5. He's like, why don't you start thinking 95? It's a big difference. 9 to 5 or 95. You got to choose which one it is. 9 in the morning till 5 in the afternoon versus 95, which is 95 hours a week. Big difference. Anybody here work 95 hours in a week? Okay. I did that for years. I did that for years, consistently, straight, for years. There's no wonder why my life is not in the 99%. I live a completely different fucking life because I chose to not do what 99% of monkeys do. Because everyone else, monkey see, monkey do. I don't want to live like that. I said, no. Everyone's doing 9 to 5. I got to change that, 95. If you come to my house, behind my computer, behind my desk, it says, I don't have a 9 to 5. I have it when my eyes open, when my eyes close. That's how I look at my life. The second I wake up my eyes, boom, I'm ready to fucking grind, do what I need to do. And listen, by the way, this is not an easy task to do, okay? There's very little dating, there's very little friends, there's very little hangouts, very little fun, temporarily. It's not a forever thing. Most people think you have to grind this for the rest of your life. No. You do it once and you never do it ever again. I'm the kind of guy that anybody in their early 20s? Early 20s, raise your hand. If you're in your early 20s. Wouldn't it be smarter to just get it out of the fucking way so by the time you're 30, you can live the life you want to live? Wouldn't that be easier? Like, how many of you guys know you're going to be 30 one day? Hopefully. Okay? I mean, for the most part, we hope. Listen, you don't know. People can die. But what I do know is this. Hopefully, you'll be 30 years old. How do you want to live your life when you're 30 years old? Where do you want to be when you're 30? Do you want to keep doing what you're doing today? Would you rather do what 99% of people do, or would you rather have a little bit of a different lifestyle? See, I said no to vacations in my 20s. I said no to hanging out a lot of free trips. My family offered me a cruise trip for free. I said, it's a week of not working. I can't do that. We'll pay for everything. It was free, fucking free, and I said no. I only went on one trip because my mentor's like, you gotta go. I was 24 years old. He's like, go on this fucking trip, right? It was a free trip to Israel. It was like a Jewish event. I was like, and I didn't want to go. My mentor's like, you have to go. He's like, go. You've been working for 4 years, 5 years straight. Go. I was like, all right, if you say I can go, I'll go. I went. That was the only trip I did in my fucking 20s. I didn't start traveling the world till I was like 29, 30 years old. Guys, I went to 24 countries. I've been around a lot. I've been to almost every continent except Australia and Antarctica, okay? Those are the only 2 continents I haven't been to. I got to go to Australia. It's my 6th continent. I've been around the fucking world. But I did that in the last 3 fucking years. Because guess what I did when I was in my 20s? 90 fucking 5. A lot of you guys don't know what that means. Do the math. If you wake up at 9 in the morning and you finish at 9, that's still not 95. 95, well, how many hours is this? 12. Do that for 5 days is what? That's only 60 hours. What are some things you guys can start doing, in your opinion, that can help you become a little bit more selfish to achieve the goals that you want to achieve? Go ahead.
Stop hanging out with my friends.
I don't want to say stop, but maybe limit, right?
Say no.
Say no. Wow, that's a big one, right? It's so hard to say no sometimes to somebody that wants to hang out with them. Like a friend of mine called me yesterday. It was on Saturday. You want to go out? I'm like, no. I really don't. He's like, come on, man, you never want to go out. I just don't want to go out, bro. He's like, but you're so good at that. I know your energy. I'm like, great. I'm watching a UFC fight tonight. I'm chilling tonight. I'm just chilling. I don't want to fucking go out. What do I want to do? Go out, wake up late. I'm like, I'm not doing that. Once in a blue moon, no problem. But even now, I don't want to do. I said, bro, I'm not going to find my wife out there tonight. So why the fuck am I wasting my time? Like, what am I? Okay, fine. You're going to go fishing for what? I don't want that. That's not what I'm looking for. Right? I don't need that. That's when I was 21 years old. Okay, fine. If you're 21, go do it. Go have fun. Okay? Get your willy wet. Enjoy. Okay? But even then, bro, what are you going to do? It doesn't fulfill you at the end of the day. It really doesn't. Right? How many guys, I'm going to ask the guy, how many guys ever had fun with a girl? You're like, oh, after that, you're like, oh. Anybody? Raise your hand. Be honest. Okay? It happens to you guys all the time. Because it's not fulfilling. It's not. You won temporarily, but after that, it's like, Then the cycle kicks in again, 2 days later. You want it again? You get it? Oh. Okay? It's a normal feeling. Why? Because it's not fulfilling. You know what it is? Your mind already knows temporary fun. Your mind knows when temporary fun is not long term. How many of you guys understand what I'm talking about? Temporary fun does not give you long-term fucking great feelings. It's temporary. Most people, you know what they do? This is the fucking crazy thing. They rather have temporary pleasure and long-term what? Long-term fucking pain. Instead, if you could just get good at getting temporary pain and long-term pleasure, oh my God, you'll always win. Most people run away from pain, right? Psychologically, if I told you right now to invest $1,000, you have a potential of making $1,000, a lot of people will be very scared. Because why? The risk of losing 1,000 is more powerful than actually the gain of $1,000, right? Which is why most people don't make decisions. They're afraid of creating action because of the risk factor. Does that make sense? Most people run away from pain. This actually works very well in sales. In sales, we talk about this all the time. People run away from pain, or they run towards what? Pleasure. So it's very important to understand that most people, they rather not have pain than have pleasure. They rather not have pain than have pleasure. Does that make sense? So I'm just saying this. What I've learned by watching a lot of my successful mentors, by watching a lot of people create a lot of 1% lifestyles, they got really good at creating temporary pain for long-term pleasure. Do you guys think I remember the pain I went through when I was knocking on doors 8 years ago, 10 years ago? I can think about it, but I don't feel that pain anymore. That pain was long gone. I can think about it and remind myself, and oh yeah, I had a painful fucking weekend or whatever, but it doesn't affect me today. Because today I enjoy a fucking great lifestyle all because of the fucking pain I took for a short period of time. Guys, I didn't knock on doors for 10 years. No one's telling you to do that forever. The whole objective for me was to build an office. That was my objective at that time. Learn how to do it myself, teach a fucking bunch of people, build a fucking office, build a fucking team. That was my only objective. I was like, I don't want to do that for the rest of my life. Temporary, stack some fucking money and build a fucking team. That was my objective. And it worked out very well because I knew that temporary pain, long-term pleasure. And I knew that during that temporary pain, I'm gonna look like an asshole to my friends and family because I'm not doing the things that they want me to do. You hear what I just said? I'm not doing the things that what? That they want me to do. I don't want to fucking do it. Why would I want to cover my bills, gang? I don't want to cover my bills. I want to make so much motherfucking money that the bills are so small they're 10% of my fucking of my income, and then eventually be 5% of my income. And how do you do that? You need to fucking go out there and grind. So listen, this is not for the conversation. You want to be here, have a good life, and balance this, balance that. You want to balance? Go fucking to a circus and balance on a fucking ball, okay? But this is not a conversation for those of you that want to have balance in your life. You will be if you want to have an unbalanced life. You need to do some unbalanced shit. How many of you guys think I'm crazy? Honest to God. Okay, good. Thank you. I said a compliment. I don't want to be normal. I don't want to be part of this fucking group. Some of you girls and guys are literally thinking about being in this fucking group, the 1% group. And you have to be fucking different. You have to live a little bit differently. It's a little bit of a crazy place to be, but then you have a crazy lifestyle. You have a crazy life. Is it normal to be 27 and be a millionaire and have $1 million in your bank? Is that normal, guys? Is that a normal thing to do? No. So guess what? You got to do unnormal shit. Some of you girls and guys can have $100,000 in your fucking bank account in the next couple of months if you really fucking wanted that. But you got to do some unnormal shit. You got to be a little bit selfish with your fucking time and energy and say no to a bunch of people. Does that make sense? Yeah. I want you guys to win. I really do. And I'm only telling you this because I really believe that some of you guys are going to take this information and go fucking crank it. If you like this kind of content, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like this video, and share it with someone that can actually be impacted by this video. I appreciate you guys. And once again, thank you for showing us support. Thank you for subscribing to the channel, and we'll see you guys in the next video.